Hi, everyone. Guess who's back? Like they never left, Welcome to the Sweet Lambo podcast. My name is Tammy.
So since Fiam's tapping in.
My name is Kola.
Guys
Guys need to free this P. I'll never change it. I can't change it.
Can't change my stripes. Funny girl.
How y'all doing? How's everyone doing? How's everyone been? What's going on? What's tea? What's popping? Like
Doing amazing. I missed you guys. It's so nice to see you guys again.
That's cap.
How you gonna call him out like that?
For all the listeners, Angela Solstice wasn't supposed to be here. He cancelled on us.
And
We copped out based on what?
It's just a real busy period, you know what it is, but
that's not what you told us.
That's what I said.
That message.
That's
Please,
not what he said.
Confidential informations.
We didn't sign NDA though.
We did. At the start of this podcast, we got all our legal things in order now.
Woo!
Anyway.
Kola,
We're incorporated Sweet Lamba Inc.
Kola, how are you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing okay. It's summertime. I'm having a great time. Just work kind of pulls me down.
Is that Davido's third album?
What is wrong with you?
You guys should have told me to stay away. If this is the attitude you're going to bring.
But tell me, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm good. I'm not really good. Like some things happened to me previously that I may disclose to the podcast later on in later episodes to come. But as of today, this is just like physical representation of how I feel when I tell you guys this story in the future. So this is the present me feeling terrible. And I just want to say to my people out there, listen to God when he talks to you, especially when it's very loud. Especially when it's very loud. But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm great. And,
especially when something is missing.
Oh, something or a lot of things missing. Anyway.
A guy stole from you.
Anyway, let's go into the small chops. The small chops of the day. We have sorry, you guys, my segues are really bad. Like, I don't know how to do
we have
so a lot of our friends over on the continent being Africa, in a country called Nigeria, are currently using VPN to tweet. Because one guy, one big fool, I'm protected by the American government. So he can't do anything.
I can't handle the ring. Pick me up here. These guys don't want me. US, they don't want me.
They can try me. Anything they can do to me. One man like this caught some feelings because he tweeted something. I don't even know what Buhari actually tweeted.
He said I'll teach you guys in language you understand, or something along those lines when referring to the youth. So Jack said
it was actually going to go under the radar, but a lot of high-profile people quoted it and said he took Trump down for less than this. This is inciting, whatever.
And Jack deleted his tweets, and next thing you know, Buhari banned Twitter from the Nigerian web space. I will say this is the fastest I've ever seen the Nigerian government work ever. I thought it would take a few months. When I say about like 48 hours or within 48 hours, my niggas were like, this shit not working.
And I kind of like, I thought they were just capping.
I thought they were capping for the CL. I fully was like, y'all like, okay.
Mobile shield.
My niggas
did you see that they're arresting people? Like, that's a crime now. They arrest you, they find Twitter on your phone.
Bruh, my niggas is tweeting from Afghanistan. They out here in Tajikistan.
They're on the warfield. Are they doing NYC?
What a segue. I feel like it's crazy that one person can just get in their feelings and do that type of shit. Like that is
it doesn't make sense.
But you think it was executed quickly? Do you disagree with the people who think that this has been in the works since NSAS in October?
I won't say it has been in the works. I will say that they have been waiting for the chance to actually be like, okay, yeah. So like NSAS wasn't necessarily like a
When you want to
direct.
break up with your
I was
girl.
gonna say, let it go. I want to break
One
up with
mistake. I'm out.
Just give me one chance, please.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for interrupting you.
Please, one chance. I'm
One
begging
chance.
you.
I leave. Sorry, keep going.
Sorry, guy, I won't let you. One text entered my phone and I just got irritated again. I'm so sorry. I forgot. So yeah, I just think, what was I saying? I was talking about
They're waiting for the one opportunity to do what they always wanted to do.
Yeah, they're just waiting for one opportunity to do whatever, fuck us over, basically. So
have you tested the alternative or
what?
seen it?
The crowy crow. I thought it was cowrie. I don't know why I thought it was cowrie.
Did you see that they copied terms and agreements from Spotify? Like one of the things you click on the link and you go to Spotify. Like, I want join Crow, not Spotify. I'm not your music member.
No, honestly, that Adamu, is that his name? Is it Adamu?
Garbage.
Yeah. Not garbage. No, but that man is a big fool. I cannot believe that man for who he is. First of all, I can't believe him. Like, he fully thought, like, okay, let's just rewind a little bit. That guy wanted to sue Jack as per.
Why?
As per. What lawyer does he think he has then? That's
that picture of that lawyer with the wig this way. My lawyer be in touch.
Like,
we'll take legal actions.
I'm suing you for XYZ. And the thing is that you're still coming onto Twitter to advertise all these things. How are you going to announce on Twitter that you're banning Twitter?
With Twitter's old logo.
And the alternative, they're announcing it on, where's your P now?
And actually, if you Google the guy, Wikipedia or whatever, the internet says his age is 68, which must be wrong. At least, otherwise he aged really well.
68 as well.
Huh?
I mean,
Tinubu is 68 as well. He's turning 68, which is crazy because his daughter is 60.
Your favorite artist will soon start to rewind.
What is
32 next year? 32 again.
17 again.
Oh, God.
Youngest ever artist to break through.
How do you guys feel about people saying that all these networks shouldn't have imposed a ban? Because you can't just get straight. I mean, there are two angles to it. Some people say networks and service providers shouldn't have done that. But at the same time, you also know how Nigeria is. If you don't play to their game, then you're done out here. Get all these contracts, shit like that, all these fines that like MTN go and fine that time for not doing certain things. But if you don't play to their game, they'll fuck you over eventually. So how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, right now there's still a lot of gatekeeping in Nigeria and Nigerian industry. Everyone still relies on relationships. So I think in other more developed countries, a lot of stuff is on merit. So you can't afford to take decisions that are against what is mainstream. But in Nigeria, yeah, you're still going to have to go back to these same people. The money is flowing from these same people who have to know you and like you. So you step out of line and it's really just bad for business, which is the sad reality.
Just a quick thing. I just think that how one didn't even try is a bit somehow, but like that's everybody's problem.
How what?
Like not one telecommunications company was just like, oh, let me actually just.
These people are getting contracts straight from the people that they'll be going against.
I understand why. It's just somehow.
And it's like a game theory. Like you have to really understand what the moves of the other players are going to be. Because if you're the only one, you're done out here.
I mean,
and other people have incentive to not move if you're the only one. Yeah. So it's either everybody or nobody.
I mean, it makes sense. It really does.
I mean, you don't get as much backlash if everyone is doing it. Like they won't focus on one.
Yeah. Exactly. Which makes sense.
Anyway.
But some people are fighting though.
Who was fighting?
Two
Salon Rackings.
two Salon Rackings. I like that. That's the title of this episode. The two iconic ladies in the Nigerian music industry.
I'm not sure if two of them are iconic.
Let's be
honest.
I mean, do you want to hear my? Yeah, I mean, you know where I stand on Tiwa Savage. So
one is iconic, and the other is.
I don't think the other is like
Tiwa Savage has been grandfathered into all these iconic conversations because proper hit. She not to get like that.
Let me tell you why I will always give Tiwa her props, because on just a fashion wise thing, what Tiwa was wearing in her videos, like no woman was wearing anything close. They were all doing Mama Africa in all their videos.
Maybe at that time,
Shay was never doing that man.
That's what I'm saying. But like I'm saying, maybe like Tiwa Savage was the first. I'll give you that.
Tiwa was the first, and she took flack for they hounded her finish. There's no insults they didn't give her.
There was one video. I think she was wearing like brown.
She was wearing a brown bodysuit thing, and like there was some mesh and everything. They wanted to kill Tiwa. But now all these girls, they can be wearing all these things. They don't necessarily have to be on that Mama Africa wave. So I will give Tiwa doing that for the girls alone. That's just giving her the iconic P there, because it changed the way all these Vanessa Midi and all these people, they will come in rapper. That's how they were singing before. Omar them were not singing in like bikinis and shit. So I will give Tiwa. Tiwa deserves that iconic, for that alone. She deserves that iconic status. So I will give her that. What I will say on the matter is Jam Jam was minding his business.
Why are you swearing for me?
Yeah, why are you cutting me?
Snacks in the
how much my cereal? Why are you cutting me?
God, you're telling me. Oh my God, you're using me to swear.
If I've ever said anything about you, God will take the child back.
Yeah, the actors were killing you because so many were still
trying to comport themselves. I'm made. I have money.
It was like, you're so petty. It was like, you're so petty. You're so petty. Tiwa, you're so petty. I will open you here. She was like,
that's the funniest part, guy.
What is it?
Like, she actually got to say Shay's voice, guy.
Yeah.
You're just petty.
I like Shay.
Very petty. I was just like, see this one. First of all, I'm actually when people now like when the videos resurfaced of like the videos that she was and they was, I kind of like, why do you tell the babe hi now? No, let's be real.
Yeah, sometimes it's just
high in the mud.
You're just scared. You're just scared. And
it just sometimes you don't know when it just comes out. You are seeing someone and you're just possessed and just hi, and then you're like, hey, mistake.
You know, the real winner is the real person. The person that we need to even be discussing the most is the person that recorded.
Yeah, it sounded like Tiwa Savage knew someone was recording, because she said something. I think she said like, bring the phone or whoever is recording or something like that.
I don't think she realized how close that person was to them. I feel like maybe there were other people recording, but the person that was inside
is probably Tiwa's person.
I was like,
it's probably I mean, and at the end of the day, for her, is decent promo. Like, guys,
Shay's person. She said, "Watch now. I'm going to tell her hi. Hold the camera." I know what this will do. I know what this will do to her.
No, but what the Shay did, I won't lie. I know a lot of Lagos people that do that shit, so that's the norm.
And she said so many. There was so many. Like, she said, "Oh, I don't know. They asked her, do you know to us? Like, what's your relationship to us? I don't know her." And she said,
"I don't know her."
Is that
about her?
Is that an artist? Remember that Zlatan said, "Is that an artist?"
They were really dissing her. Even that Victoria.
Who's Coffee? Is it an artist?
Kimani is washed up.
I didn't even know that.
Why you say something like that? Now? You know there was that period of, what was it?
It was like 2 songs, bro.
No, it was like 2 years where everybody was fine like Victoria Kimani or back like Victoria Kimani or something like Victoria.
Yeah, that's because she's bad. But the actual music was like 2.
Wait, you guys, quick question. Off the gates, off the rip of your head. Name one Shay song.
Don't even. No, don't do that. I like Shay. Don't do that. Shay is up there.
With Patoranking. Yeah, she has some that entered. I can't lie.
She has jams.
Murder is one now. Murder is one.
I'm not saying she doesn't have. I actually really like Murder, but like when that thing was happening, I was racking my brain to remember the name of the Murder song. Like I was like, there's one song that I know that hits well. That that was like 7 years ago.
No, she also gave us Right Now.
I mean, that was a while ago.
That was still so like that was when I was.
You can see that was.
That one
at the same time.
And Crazy with Wizkid. No, she had hits.
But like, it was 7 years ago. Like, guys, that was so long ago. Like, that's why I was like, I know she has his, but at the top of my head, they weren't coming.
Like, but I'm not
you notice
like Bonafide hits. Tiwa Savage doesn't have that many. There might be songs you like, but like Bonafide hits.
That's a decent amount of hits. But
most of those have come in the last 2 years with all these people jumping on appeals, blah blah blah. But
forget about that. She still has his. What are you trying to say?
Name the Bonafide like mad.
No, let's not go into that conversation. That's a different conversation. That's a different.
Now you want. Don't drag Shay's name in the mud, please.
I just want to say that even in that interaction, you could see that Shay was humble because she knew the situation.
Yes, now Tiwa Savage is hanging with Wizkid and P Diddy and Jay-Z, like obviously.
I'm trying to remember.
She's out of here.
Has jams now.
That's why you say you're trying to remember. There's not too many like that.
I'm telling you,
too many like that.
Just Love Me.
Oh, which Love Me is that one?
Which
Love Me is that one?
They love me. When she first came now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Kele is not a mad, but that was like 12 years ago.
It entered.
It entered. That's one of it entered.
Yeah, she has Eminado. She has
Eminado. She has all these jams.
Which one is all these?
She has that. No, don't come for Tiwa like that. So I'm now deeping it like
that ring off crazy. No, relax now.
But you can't even compare. Okay,
yes,
out of all
but that's not her
jam.
Also,
all the songs that.
Yeah, but Cody Bello did that. Sheila will have entered like that.
After doing Godwin, yes.
You won't have.
I'm not gonna lie.
After Godwin now, he's doing police.
He took a break.
No, but you guys wait.
And now you just take a break. You can't come back.
No, wait, for real though. Even if you're really defending Shay for someone that doesn't even have the amount of hits that Tiwa has.
No, she doesn't.
Even if it's just songs.
She definitely does not have the number of hits that. But the way people talk about Tiwa Savage as safe, I'm always like, guys, if you actually deep it, like it's stuff that you like. It's not crazy smash it.
That's a decent amount.
Oh yeah, which other woman is
moving on?
Zlatan has more hits than Tiwa Savage.
Move on.
Moving on. Please, let's not get into this now.
Just tell me yes or no. Tell me yes or no.
Move on. Please. After
tell me yes or no.
Please, I don't want to get involved.
Normally has more hits than Tiwa Savage, so let's not like get
moving on.
So
that's yeah. You lost it. You're really.
Am I wrong?
We should have left it up today.
Am I wrong?
We should have just left it.
You should have just been calling.
Wait, am I wrong? That's the thing. You're here racking your brain. You don't have to rack your brain.
You can't say normally has more hits than Tiwa Savage. That's impossible.
Are you crazy?
That's impossible.
Who said as you were saying,
someone to get to do a show?
Angela, I'm not listening to you.
Let's not get into that now.
Soapy.
We're not listening to you. We're not listening to you.
Jackpa. It's a goal.
Let's not get into that now.
We're not listening to you.
Since guys are at war right now, we don't want to solve the country.
Do you see all those troll videos of the NYC guys break with their head? And
yeah, I saw that one.
They said, no, honestly, that's the funniest thing. They said that they want to send NYC people to war fronts. I actually screamed. I said, you know what?
Which war?
Which war are we fighting actually? I don't even...
They are fighting Boko Haram.
Yeah, which war? They're
fighting Boko Haram. The headsmen.
Like, we're not racking anybody.
Oh, the Fulani headsmen.
The Fulani headsmen. They're fighting the headsmen. So imagine them.
They need to find a better name for them, because whenever they call them that, it just sounds unserious to me. Like they're not really
imagine
dangerous.
your friends now doing NYSC. You just hear, oh, that they've called you to go to the war front.
Sambisa.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
I'm gonna refund my Alawi if not by Alawi.
After all these CDS, I ain't gonna be
Guys,
CDS is now combat training. The C stands for combat.
What? Guy, imagine that shit for real though. The way I would fucking dip. Like, there's no way I will enter Atlantic Ocean. Like, there's actually no way.
Yeah, like there's so much they've said about NYC. I swear they said they were trying to scrap NYC.
They need to scrap it. No, my friend went through the most horrid experience.
What happened?
Recently. I mean, I'm not gonna say because that's how it was actually pretty bad. And like,
don't say names now.
It's not about saying names. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if she wants like comfortable because like that's like it was really really fucked up, and it was in Calabar. I was just like, nah. Like,
we also lost a potential member.
Yeah?
See, we lost a potential member of this pod.
Stupidity is taking over you.
It's true.
It's true.
David, do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no clue.
Don't you remember when one of our potential members had to travel for NYC?
Where did she? Was it Jalingo?
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
We've actually been through it to NYC as well.
Yeah, NYC has been affecting our business.
I can't lie. It really has. It really has. Anyway, shout out to my NYSC people. Y'all be easy. I'll never let that shit happen to me though. I ain't come back. Y'all be easy. I'm living in this place forever.
Well, apparently, if you go back after you're 30, you don't have to do it.
You know,
it's a lie. Oh, they've started making 30-year-olds do it now.
So you'll be 30 and you'll be wearing that orange shoe.
Bruh, so...
Not for me, please. I'd rather be unemployed. Thanks.
Okay, let me ask. Okay, no. That's not a fair question to ask.
Ask.
I was gonna, boys, it's not, you're not comparing apples to apples. I was going to say NYSC or Army in the US.
First of all, I will actually do NYSC.
Oh, are you saying like in terms of going to combat?
If
just as a program, how they design the program?
1 year, NYSC or Army in the US.
I'll take my chances with the Army.
I don't mind NYSC. There's one thing about me. I can't like Army people like red flags for me, guys. There's no reason that you should like any country enough to go and fight for them. That's crazy.
I don't think guys. I mean, there are guys out there that love the country. I think it's more.
No. See, when I see minorities in the Army, I know that okay, maybe they want like college paid for, those type of the benefits that come with it, type thing. Cool. But when I see whites that actively want to go to the Army, why you like your country that much? There's no country.
Please, this comes from an American citizen, not me.
You love this country.
I do love it.
I'll fight for it if given the chance.
my best one.
Y'all like shout out to the veterans, but like y'all also be easy. Like, why would you do that? Anyway, I would never.
This guy said 4th of July, my best holiday. This is clearly not a serious person.
Color needs.
Guys don't celebrate 4th of July, you know. I do it.
That's it.
Fireworks come out. I bring the sparks.
No, Color is looking for permanent residency. Y'all help my nigga out for real. Y'all help my nigga out.
Just call me.
Yeah,
y'all help my nigga out.
Would you guys do NYSC? I answer for myself. Would you?
I may actually have to, but like I don't want
to that. What can I do?
I don't want it to come to that. I don't want it to happen. But like, if my life trajectory lands me there, I'll vex you.
How? Like, if you want to lose your US passport, please lose it to me.
Wait, so you can still do NYSC with US passports?
No, I'm just saying like there's no reason for you to
go back.
Yeah, no, there's no reason for me to go back. There's actually no reason for me to go back, sir. Yeah. That place.
What if they had a similar program in the US? Do you think that would help people coming out of college, maybe like international students, like say an NYSC for international students to help them get placed with like the top job market?
I would do it.
I'll
spend 3 years.
And obviously, while you're in the program, you get to stay.
That's like OPT, I can't lie. But I mean, if this place, everybody will be here. Everybody and their mom. You fast,
So
so
go and find that orange shoe fast.
especially you're sitting beside with 60 based on they want to do USYC.
I'm screaming.
That don't kill me.
Have you guys heard about the Pride documentary thingy, Bobby?
That was nuts. I saw a lot of people were very, very excited about it, but it was just nuts to see it actually happening and talking about stuff that happens in Nigeria. Basically, they really so for more context, they go through. I haven't watched it yet, but from the trailer, they're talking about the discrimination in Nigeria and people actually talking with their faces and basically talking about what it's like with social media and celebrity and how basically this whole revolution of people being open with being queer and gay in Nigeria. And it was, I mean, lots of people were excited because it's one thing that people, because of the rampant homophobia in Nigeria, you tend to forget that there's so many people that are actually gay. And the fact that there's laws like 14 years, like we've been around people that have joked about that, and it was like, but it actually is a thing that people get locked up for being gay, which is kind of wild to think about when you are in a place like America. But it's crazy to just see faces and that being like a light being put on that. I think is a big step in terms of acceptance in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. But we know how that stuff is over there. But I think it's just a big step that a big spotlight is on it now.
I mean, do you think people involved are going to face repercussions? Like, do you think guys?
Yeah, no, that was my issue was like I mean I love the documentary and I just pray that they're safe. Like I pray like HBO doesn't just use them for content and like actually provide something for them to be safe or like a way for them to be safe or something. Cause like
it's very bold.
Yeah, like something like that at least.
No guys do that to you.
Yeah, no. That babe that recorded the live recording of the October 20th last year, she filed for asylum in Canada.
Yeah.
This is in Canada.
Oh, the DJ. Yeah.
Yeah, the DJ. Yeah. But that's my only prayer because Nigeria is a very terrible place. Like they're very terrible. And I mean, there's so many other things distracting the government right now. I don't think they've paid us. Like if this was happening when like there was no Twitter ban and like there weren't other things like in the vicinity, I feel like they would have, I don't know what would have happened to them, and I feel like that's not fair. Like I mean, I'm happy that they're okay now, but like I just don't want anything to happen to them, and I don't want anything to happen to their safe spaces. I'm happy that they're talking about it though, because I don't understand. Nigeria is very funny for a place that's very the amount of gay people in Nigeria are plenty. Like they're actually loads. They're in number. And it's just so funny how, especially a lot of the leaders that actually, you know, dabble in one or two things, that they're the ones that have the guts to make all these terrible laws. And especially in Abuja, where everyone knows Abuja is for where most of these acts occur, type thing. And like is known for that. How do you have the whole capital city being known for, you know, the things and like I don't know what words to use, but like the things and everything. So I just pray that they're all safe. That's all, and I'm happy that they're comfortable in their skin. And I mean, it's hard, especially it's already hard in a normal place like this place, like in America, where things like people are accepted. It's already hard to come out. Imagine it happening in a place where you can't really be who you want to be. It's tough.
Yeah, there's so also the DJ Switch. So I just wanted to make sure I actually said that properly. And much credit to her for being super brave and helping shed a lot of light on what happened in October. The other thing that I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on is, do you think the timing is great because the whole Twitter ban and VPN stuff, so there can't be as much backlash because other stuff is happening? Or is that in some ways bad that this dropped at a time when people are distracted by other stuff and can't really get the full effect?
I feel like it's both. Like, not necessarily that it's both, because I think people are still paying attention to it because it's Pride and people outside of Nigeria are paying attention to it, which is pretty good. But the Twitter ban, I know that they didn't plan. They weren't thinking about the Twitter ban when it happened because no one knew it was going to happen. Type thing. It literally just happened last week, and HBO, these things are done months, years before. So I just think that I feel like it's a good thing to protect them for now. Hopefully they're protected. But yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's calm. I think it's a good thing. I won't lie. I think it's a good thing.
I agree, but on the other hand, in terms of impact,
yeah, it won't make the impact as immediately as it's meant to be.
Well, it's cool because when I looked it up, like people like John Legend executive produced it, and it seems like it's a really big thing. And I mean, Darren Leah Adun is also a big person in Nigerian pop culture. James Brown more recently, and I think one thing that is good to see is I know there's someone in it that came to America and is talking about basically is an LGBT activist and talking about how different it is being here versus there. And people like the Paystack co-founder that is openly gay and like everyone knows that and he's still built the company that's really great. I think things like that are starting to show people that show prominent people that are in the LGBT community and allowing people to be a little bit more accepting, even when it's such a hard shift from what they used to have been brought up on. So I think this just adds to that, and I think is a good step in the right direction.
Do you guys think that the Nigerian government cares about foreign countries making comments on all these situations? Do you think they care at this point?
On which?
Nigerian government.
I mean, just even something as simple as Twitter. Same thing we saw with NSAS. Like we got a decent amount of coverage. Do you think Nigerian government even cares about foreign countries?
Honestly, I don't think they care. I don't think they care about anything. The only thing they care about, honestly, is shutting us up and printing money, because that's what they've been doing. Printing money. Like they're not, because
they definitely care. I think they care about the optics because I saw that they were trying to hack FK Abudu's Twitter.
Oh my God, yes, I saw that.
Yeah, they care about the optics. Like when stuff was being covered, they didn't say a word until stuff was being covered by the BBCs and the big channels back when we had NSAS. And now that this is everywhere, Jack is speaking up. You can see people taking someone releasing a response or people doing lives where they're coming on and talking about stuff. They definitely care about trying to make it look clean and not as heinous as what it is. And I think the louder it gets, the more willing they'll be to take some sort of action. But I know they try to do the hard guy and act like they don't care, but as it's getting much louder.
Their initial actions, I feel like they
don't care.
Their initial actions, there's no way all of them think that this initial action is not going to get a response from both Nigerians and foreigners. Like there's no way their initial actions won't. So I don't know if they care.
I don't know if they really
care. Something as simple as banning Twitter. Like this happened in the US. The president's tweet was deleted and he didn't do anything. But for you to come and do something as crazy as banning Twitter,
I think it's an open admission that Nigeria is pretty much operating in a dictatorship under the guise of a democracy. Because in America, things like Trump could do everything that he did, but he never, quote unquote, really went against the Constitution. But right to free speech is it is a very big, clear and known common thing that government just basically circumvented. So I think they try to push the boundaries of what they can do at the start and see can we actually get away with this? And as backlash starts to come, they start to try to clean it up and put it in a nice little bow. But I think at first they still view us as the kids, and they mention whenever you hear them talk, they talk about the kids. They always have these sort of derogatory. No, we're not doing that. They always have these derogatory statements that they used to describe youth and younger people. And I think they still act like they're in charge of everything. And as time goes on, they start to relax that a little bit. That is how I see it. But it's still crazy that they can just take these sort of executive decisions that really have nothing to do with the real problems of the country.
I mean, I just thinking about it upsets me a lot. And I mean, it's just like every day there's like a new low, and like the amount of money that Nigeria is losing, like we're not at the place right now to be doing things to be losing money.
Yeah.
Our money is we're looking mad Zimbabwean right now. Like it's giving Zimbabwe, we will the way it's going, they will call 1 million for milk. They will call 1 million for agege bread. And
This bread no be agege.
So we're not in the position to be doing yanga, and we're spending money on firewalls, and we're trying to be like China. We do not have an ounce of China money.
Yeah.
No, like we're doing things and it's like, who has, like, how is nobody seeing this? You guys are spending all this time. And the problem I really have with this is that the damage done every term, every political time, every 4 years, the damage done is setting us back decades.
Yeah.
So the 4 years is even 2 years now. See, and we have 2 more years of this Buhari guy,
which is crazy.
Which is absolutely crazy. And it's just really sad that.
I mean, you heard him talk. Did you hear him talk at the?
I heard that my sister is interning at Arise right now, so she was like helping them behind the scenes and everything, and they were just looking at the screen in shock. Like all of them were. She was like, the room was dead silent.
There was one guy that they cut to in between.
Yeah, they cut to in between.
I was then it's not like
he's honestly. The man is, and the thing is that you know how people say, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. That man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just a wicked person. Honestly, all of them are wicked, and it's not about. There's no prayer we have to pray for Nigeria again. Like we're the most prayerful out of everybody. There's no prayer that can help this. Don't they say that prayer with work has to? The only thing I need from God, maybe they should just all die.
So
yeah.
That's the only great thing is that those people are old, and hopefully that means younger people will start to come into
but it's
power.
Also telling me that
worse they'll be too tired to be in power.
Anyway, shout out to Shane Makinde. Love what he's doing in Oyo
It says
State.
eye service.
Let's be eye service. The eye service that he's doing is better than everybody else that's doing nothing. I beg. Let him be doing.
So only doing eye service.
The real person that's doing eye service.
One eye service.
Apollo. Apollo eye service.
No, it's Sanwo-Olu that's doing. Okay. At least Shane Makinde is doing one or two things. I beg. Let's not even go into that, man.
let's get into
sucking his dick well.
We don't allow that in Nigeria. We're banned that. Let's get into Naomi Osaka. So Naomi Osaka came out, not sexuality, but basically said that
I can't believe you.
Said that she don't want to talk no more after her games. That she doesn't want to do press throughout the French Open. And
what was the reason?
She said, I remember she cited things around anxiety, mental health, and struggling with basically that part of being a tennis player, the part that you have to keep up appearances and talk basically when you're down. So there were differing sides of the coin. As always, there was great PR from some mental health companies saying that they'll pay her fine and any subsequent fine involving mental health. So kudos to those mental health companies. And there are people that were supporting her, black woman, mental health. You shouldn't have to explain yourself to wherever. And then there were people on the other side of the fence. It'd be interesting to see what you guys thought about the whole situation.
Man, do I care? Man, what's dreaming? Can I tap out when I want to work? I beg, girl, come here. I don't even watch them. It's okay.
So if you put it in that lens, why should it be okay that she can tap out when she doesn't want to do what's part of her work?
Hey, honestly, okay, my own is that you have a job and you have to do what you have to do. Okay, cool. But if because I think she was also willing to pay the fine for not showing up.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm willing to face the consequences that come with the territory, I feel like there's no problem. You fine people so they don't do things. If she's like, okay, I will pay your fine. I need this for myself. I feel like she should do what she needs to do. If she needs to pay the fine, pay the fine. And if she's willing to pay the fine, that's the thing. It's not one of those things that, why did you put the fine there if you people are going to complain about someone paying the fine? Like, why is the fine there? The fine exists for that reason. If I'm willing to pay the fine, it shows you that I'm serious about what I'm talking about. I'm not just here to play. I'm not fighting the fine as well. I'm willing to go by the book today. So, I mean, she should be allowed to do that if I'm going by the book. It's not like she's insulting them. She just said, I personally can't do X, Y, Z, and I'm willing to pay the fine and face the consequences that come with me not doing X, Y, Z, but I'm not going to do it. It would be different if she's like, oh, she's trying to miss that she's not trying to pay fine in hand. That's when they're like, okay, no.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that when there are consequences for your actions, it's okay to take the actions?
I mean, there are consequences for every action, but if there's a right consequence and there's a direct consequence for your action and you're willing to take the consequence, surely you can do the action. Like that makes perfect sense to me.
Is it okay? And this is a very wild comparison. Not really related. But is it okay to kill someone because you go to jail after?
I mean, if you feel
or
like,
is it still not okay to kill people, regardless of the fact that there's consequences for that?
I feel like this, you're not comparing apples to apples.
I'm not, but I'm telling you that in situations, it's okay that there are consequences. What you're saying
okay.
At the same time, it's. I feel like it's all about perspective. From the person's perspective, if they feel killing that person will do them some good, and having a direct consequence of going to jail is fine. Like if for instance, someone kills your brother, you want to kill that person, even though you know you're going to jail, it's perfectly fine to you. That's fine in terms of the consequence, but it doesn't make the action of killing someone good.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't really compare.
She's still in the wrong whether she takes consequences or not.
I don't think you can ever say someone is in the wrong when they're saying they have mental health issues.
The fine is there as a deterrent, and I think the fine is there as a deterrent.
My biggest issue with this is that people always have opinions. People argue about this. And I'm like, why are you arguing with someone that said they have mental health issues? If someone dies, commits suicide, if someone commits suicide, like the person from Love Island committed suicide, weeks before when they said she was in a domestic violence plea with her boyfriend, guys will say, this baby's beating this guy. Or if you see Ray J and Princess Racking, guys will be having all these comments. But when someone having all these comments and having different opinions, but when someone actually kills themselves or some shit like that, guys will be like, oh, sorry, you RIP you. Like, I don't think there's any reason for you to argue with anyone on the internet when they say they have mental health issues. And
I think because of that, and I agree with you, and there's no measure for what is mental health issues and when people are, or no one is in any place to tell anyone what is and isn't a mental health issue. But I think the fact that many of us are now at this stage where we hold that belief that you should not argue with anyone when they mention mental health issue or issues rather, allows any and everyone to say mental health whenever they don't want to do anything.
Okay, I'm going to compare this to something. This is like saying, and this conversation always comes up on Twitter.
Yeah.
This is like saying, this is kind of similar to when people come out with false accusations of sexual assault and rape. You can't say, oh, because some people are coming out with these false accusations that, oh, we shouldn't take people that are coming out with real accusations seriously. Like, it's the same thing. There's a small percentage that obviously exploit that, and that is the situation with every single thing.
That's everything.
So I don't think that should be the focus. People have mental health issues, they come out, they say it, that's fine. You accept that and give them benefit of the doubt. It's as simple as that.
Not gonna lie, Angela, I actually have something to say. That what she's doing is wrong, but it's actually not wrong. The talent is to pay this first. Obviously, yes, there are other side things that people want to hear what she has to say about how she felt about her match, but her main job is to play the sports that she's playing. Let's keep it a buck. That's what she does. And yes, there are all these brand deals, there are all these other things signed into.
Yeah, before you get into that, so those brand deals, what are they as a result of?
Publicity.
Say that
There
again.
is also her playing well now or whatever.
Not just her playing well.
And showing up and PR, I guess.
And media. So
yes,
you've made you're the highest paid female athlete based on positive media attention. But now you want to eat your cake and have it with the positive, but when there's negative media, no, because you didn't say I won't do media when I win.
You're not letting me land.
Okay, go.
You can't say she's eating her cake and having it too if she's willingly wanting to face the consequences that come. It's one of those things that, okay, you don't want to do the after killing and understand that, and you have to pay a fine and you're losing money out of that. It's not free. It's not free. Shit ain't free. Those things that the fine is there for a reason. So the fine now being there for a reason and her now saying, okay, I'm taking the fine and everything. It's kind of like, why'd you put the fine there if people are going, like, if it's different, I'm telling you, like, it's there for a reason. That's the consequence. You're not going to show up. Well, you're going to have to pay XYZ amounts because we are making money from these things and XYZ or whatever. So if you're now those things, I don't see the problem.
Okay, let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is Naomi Osaka doesn't do well at the French Open. That's what this all comes down to. Where she's won titles before, the Australian Open, US Open, you've never had issues with media. Now that your best ever showing at the French Open is the third round, you always go out, you don't play well on clay. Now you hate the media. Now you don't want to be criticized ever. So why can how can people willingly come into a field where media is just part and parcel of how things work, and media praises you and you love it, but when people want to criticize you or ask you questions after you've not done well or things haven't gone your way, now you want to say, I don't want to do that. That's like telling your think about it, you're at your job or in school and you're telling your manager or whatever, I only want to hear the positive, and whenever it's negative, I don't want.
It's not anything about, bro. Like, she's still going to get criticism. She just
regardless.
As simple as that. And I feel like this is not that deep for you to be telling someone they need to do an interview. This is one thing for you to interpret it as, oh, French Open, she usually goes out of this. But at the end of the day, like, it doesn't boil down to you. She knows how she feels. She came out and she made a statement that she doesn't want to do that based on how she feels. And it's as simple as that.
She's taking the consequences. So I don't see why everybody's complaining.
That's the take on fuck Piers Morgan. And I know
that's totally fine, but I fully disagree with I think it was actually very right to call her a spoiled brat, because you can't be behaving like this. You can't just be saying when things aren't going well, I don't want to talk about it, because that's essentially what she's saying. You guys can quote it however you like and take away your love for her. She's basically said, I don't watch
tennis that much. I don't
give a fuck about tennis. I don't care. Serena Williams is a bad bitch, and that's it. Like, I don't give a fuck about tennis. What's my business? Do I even know what a self did? Most I know about tennis is sports.
She shouldn't have just called mental health like that and tried to make people feel guilty for criticizing her after bad performances. Sorry. Everyone gets criticized after bad performances. Since the beginning of tennis and any sport that has media coverage, everyone answers questions when they lose. In football, when you lose, the manager comes out, answers tough questions, doesn't say, I don't want to do interviews when my team loses. What kind of nonsense is that?
At the end of the day,
at this point, I feel like we're never going to agree. That's fine. We just...
No, but I have one more thing to say. I have one more thing to say. Now,
say what you want to say, but come on, man.
Let me talk. Why?
No one will tell her what she needs to hear, and obviously, I'm nobody. That's what people say.
No, it's not even that you're nobody, but like...
But I understand. She needs to hear that from someone close to her. She's being very, very strong.
Understand. I understand where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. But you can't really say that, because regardless of her, she's still going to get criticized and she's still going to hear it, because she has the radio stations, there's social media, there's all these things. Just because she doesn't face-to-face want to deal with, you're saying, oh, football managers come and is it the team members that are coming that they are questioning them up and down? Maybe they question the
they can do that for captains as well or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, but is it the whole team? Is it the one guy that fucked up? Do they ever call the one guy?
It can be anyone.
This is one person. You're dealing with it. Tennis is a single sport. It's a solo sport now. You don't have teammates to rely on in this type of thing. Manager, at least, okay, you can say XYZ didn't do this. But guy, it's only you. It's hard now. Don't play with me. I don't like it. Especially if she wants to pay the fine. My own is that if she wasn't going to pay the fine, I'll be like, okay, that's being sport. She's ready to give them their money to shut up, so they should leave her.
So what then happens when everyone says that because of their mental health, they don't want to do interviews when they lose?
Not everyone is going to
The
do
media
that.
niggas is out of work.
This is setting a horrible precedent. Exactly. Come on. Like, how can one be?
I mean, and if it
like,
was
we're getting too woke for our own good. Like, what's the so everyone can now start saying, when I lose, I don't want to do interview, I'll pay the fine.
See,
What kind of world do we want to live in? A world where nobody can ever say, is that the world we want to live in? A world where nobody can ever say anything bad about you or criticize you when you don't do well?
You're acting as if, this
like
interview,
without
if
the
she doesn't show up, they won't go on.
She's a role model for all these people growing up and teaching them rubbish.
Yeah, it's not like a Nigerian politician right now.
She's teaching them nonsense. Are you guys
remember when R&B got the piercing? That's the type of shit a Nigerian politician say about that.
When who?
You're role model. You're supposed to be role model when R&B got the piercing.
Who's R&B?
Yeah, the actor now.
Yeah. I thought you said R&B. I was like, R&B. Like, why are you saying it like that?
Nigerian, that's type of shit Nigerian. You're supposed to be a role model. This way
guy, that's a stupid thing, guy. That is not the same as trying to. People see.
Not the same as doing something.
Let me tell you the one thing we need to teach people from when they're young, and this is the last thing I'll do before we get into the main topic, which will be Okafor's law.
Main topic.
We'll be very quick about it. We'll be very quick about it. But here's the last thing that I wanted to say. The thing that we need to teach kids when they're growing up is how to deal when things don't go your way. You cannot always run away from the tough comments. You cannot, because life is just, that's the way life is. And that's why people can handle tough times in their lives, because they're so used to being put in a bubble and not hearing people say anything bad about them. And this is the kind of message that Alice is coming through to me from these actions and everybody defending it. Yes, there's mental health. Mental health is very, very important. But people from a young age need to learn that things won't go your way, and you need to be able to deal with that and build yourself and your emotional intelligence or whatever it is to be able to deal with that.
I understand what you're saying, and I grab.
And I just run away.
No. But you're acting as if like this is the only instance people can.
And as if it's your work. Are you the French Open?
Like, no, think about it. I feel like you're only considering it as this is the only channel for anybody to question her and anything. And people can't criticize her outside of that. Like, they criticize her outside of that all the time. They criticize her on TL. Yeah, even outside of sports, they be calling her whatever the most part.
Who needs Kane this week?
Man, you. I'm joking. Buhari, the whole government, the whole of everyone in Nigeria that's fucking shit up. They need Kane, serious Kane. I want to also give a special mention to Osibajo. Is it Osibajo? Abajo? Whatever. The vice.
People are just so wildly misogynistic. They say he's sitting down like babe.
Okay,
just
like
out
babe,
of nowhere.
Yeah. That's very crazy. But when babes were giving cow,
we're running the country.
they didn't know. Another thing I might say is that you big fools that the people that, not that they're fools, but people that were asking the Femco girls if they were going to the protests yesterday, God will catch all of you, because when they went, you people kept on backfiring them, coming back for them, telling them that they're stealing money, that they're using it, they're trying to bring their feminist agenda. They now said, okay, we're not coming. They still helped in small ways. I saw FK trying to help one guy that got arrested and everything. But you people now are saying, oh, where are you people? Where are you people? They should all die. And they all die, all of them. I don't even care again. Show off. What rubbish. Anyway, that's all. Those are all.
So anyone for you?
I was trying to think, but
are you serious right now?
What happened to me this week? Go first. I'll think about
it. I think I agree with I think the people that need Kane is vexing the Nigerian government for implementing, for announcing and implementing a Twitter ban so quickly and not even thinking about like systems and like how things affect other things, and just thinking that they could just pull down Twitter and that would just be that. Like, they've ruined a lot of really lives, because people were running their businesses through Twitter, getting help through Twitter. Like, that was one of the things that was working well in Nigeria, and they just woke up one day and said, we don't want to do that. They should be flogged for that.
When Twitter went to Ghana, they were in their feelings.
Feelings.
You see now, if Twitter was in Lagos, they would have just
Log those things up.
They'll come out and remove you
Log
from your
them.
office with Kane.
I'll hold them
Kiri, maximum.
and hold them hostage.
You say you're a product manager in Twitter. All right, let's go to Kiri.
So yeah, that's all I have to say.
So I'm actually going to put his skin to myself because this weekend I went out and there was no parking somewhere, and this is the second time I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
First time was in Lennox, which is very dangerous because the guy took out the gun and
I light you up.
So what I did was we were looking for parking. Everybody was looking for parking. It was a tight parking lot, peak hours. And then there was a car waiting to pull into it. There was a car coming out of the spot. There was a car that had been waiting there to pull into the spot. It was like a big truck. You know who drives the big trucks? Who drives Rams? So
big man.
There was a big truck there. The person was signaling from time that he wants to enter that place. The person was coming out of. But the person that was coming out of the spot made the mistake of reversing the other way. So me, of course, as a sharp guy that I am.
Oh God!
I entered the key, and then I was just chilling. This white lady just came up to the car. Said, "Do you know that's very, very rude of you?" Did you see that I was signaling there for a while? I said, "No, you? I didn't even know you were there."
Oh.
I didn't cite you.
Yeah, that's very rude. Blah, blah. I was just
That's very poor.
Okay. And I left the spot.
You left it?
I left the spot, yeah.
That's why you deserve Kane. That's why you deserve Kane for leaving.
Do you know what I'll be next?
Oh, Policia, La Policia.
911.
Hello, sir. There's a big black, scary looking guy here.
I had to do the due diligence.
So sorry, ma. I was actually on my way out. On my way going.
I was 2 points on here.
You guys are not serious. People are not serious.
And that's it for me. I need to do better. Yeah, Lennox free date and the guy did, but
Lennox.
Amazing.
How you're still going to Lennox?
So that was a while ago. I was still new in Atlanta.
You didn't know what goes down.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That was before the Apple.
That was before what?
Apple. They shut up the Apple store.
Guy, I was there that day.
Yeah, no.
That's how I knew never.
Yeah,
that was the iOS
for everyone that wants to know what's going on around them, download the Citizen app.
Guy, no, Z, let me tell you what. Citizen app be lying sometimes. They said there was a shooting on my road. There was no shooting on that Citizen app, so no.
You missed it.
ATL Scoop. That's the place.
That was just for stolen tires and
No. I've been seeing all sorts of that ATL Scoop.
Now what was that number that you told me that when you want to avoid them breaking your window?
You wind down and you put some shattered pieces there. You just break a glass cup in your house and put some shattered pieces on the floor.
No, but like shit is getting wild. Like this place is getting so dangerous. Like y'all be safe. Please. Anyway, it's been lovely talking to y'all this week. I hope you have a nice rest of the week.
So whether you're speaking on socials, giving your opinion, telling someone dreams, just make sure it's a what?
It's a sweet lumber.
See you guys later tonight. Peace. Cheers.